ready to present our geek. Getting ready to start the peak performance. Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the Savvy Sales Lady Live. We are live, as it says in the upper, I don't know if that'd be left or right for you. It's January 2nd, 2 days into the new year, and we're here to talk everything about making money in 2025. So let's go ahead and get started, shall we? Wow, can you believe it's 2025? I'm still trying to wrap my head around that. But I always love New Year's Day. I always do. It just feels fresh, like you can start over again. It just feels new. And I really love it. So let me put up my banner here for you. And we're going to talk about how I use LinkedIn. It is much different than how I used LinkedIn in 2023. And as I said in another video, I didn't really wake up to the power of LinkedIn until about the middle May of 2024. And I'm going to help you learn some of the lessons that I learned by taking LinkedIn seriously. But before we delve into this, I want to show you where I have gotten my leads, my clients, my prospects from. Okay. So, over the last 10 years, my clients have come from LinkedIn, YouTube, my newsletter, referrals, Instagram, yes, Instagram, cold calling, and my website. That's basically where I have cultivated all my leads and prospects over the last 10 years. And I still do every part of this. Now, the only thing that really changed is in two areas. I got real serious about LinkedIn and I got real serious about YouTube. Those are two goldmine areas that have really proven its worth to me. And I want you to sit there and you may be thinking to yourself, Christine, I just don't do any of those. If you're a solopreneur or if you're a small business, you absolutely should be doing all of this. And let me tell you, even as a sales rep, I did a newsletter. I did a newsletter even as a sales rep. I did it to all of my clients and all of my prospects. So sales reps, don't think that you can't do that either, but because you can. Now, I know it depends on your industry. You might have to get pre-approval for it because of your industry. I get that. But if you're in one of those industries that you don't, absolutely, you should consider doing it. So one of the biggest things I learned over the last couple of years, year and a half, is in social media, whether it's LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, and I'm not including Facebook for a reason, and that is I'm not happy with Facebook. I don't like Facebook. I know that I'm unusual in this, but LinkedIn and YouTube and Instagram, I absolutely go for it. Now, I didn't put in there X because for Twitter is a little different animal than the others. And I haven't really mastered X yet, but I really want to master LinkedIn and YouTube before I add X in as a social media platform to study and learn. So this is where I get during the year the majority of my leads and my prospects that become clients. My newsletter has been a great way of getting clients. I can't tell you how many have come from that newsletter. My website is another strong lead generation tool for me. And LinkedIn has become my new go to. And we're going to get into that. Now, every year, I always change all my social media profiles, their profile banners and headers. I do this every single year. So this year, my focus is on you. And not that it hasn't been in the past, but my focus has been primarily on cultivating leads and prospects. 2025 is going to be a year of learning to sell, build a business, and ignite audacious growth. Someone gave me a heart. I appreciate the heart. January, and in January, I have kicked off a 30-day challenge. You can find it on my YouTube feed under the shorts. I'm only doing shorts for this challenge on YouTube, and then you can also find it on LinkedIn. But on my banner, this is what I say. And let's go to, I'll share my screen and I'll show you what I mean. Okay, can you all see that? Right here, learn to sell, build a business, ignite audacious growth. 4 decades of savvy selling experience. New photo and a new headshot that I put up on LinkedIn. Okay, now that did not come out very large, you guys. I don't know why. Let me see if I can full screen this. There you go. There you go. So, one of the things that is so important on LinkedIn is your header. So, this banner is really important because you want to be able to convey people not only your brand, but what is it that you're really doing? What do you want everyone to know about you on LinkedIn, right? So, that's why every year I refresh this and I make it new. I do it on Facebook and I do it on Instagram as well. So I'm going to tell you a little secret here. All right. Let me turn off the banner real quick. Let me give you a little secret. All of the photos that you see on LinkedIn, and let me go down to my post. You guys, I'm trying to get through a cold. I've been actually sick since the day after Christmas, and I spent Friday, part of Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday in bed. I mean, I was just wiped out sick. So I sound real nasally, I know. So if you go down to my post, all of these photos of me, obviously that video, that picture, all of these pictures are not professionally made, everyone. That picture. All of these are made with my iPhone. That one, all of them. So all of these pictures you see of me are not, me going to a photographer and having professional pictures taken. I've done that in the past. These are all taken on this little device here, an iPhone. And the graphics I use from Canva. So I have used Canva, gosh, since about the beginning of my business, almost 10 years. Now, let me go into my LinkedIn strategy with you. As I said earlier, this is where I have developed leads and cultivated leads over the last 10 years. I've been in business 10 years. I still cultivate leads from this list right here. And each one of these, everyone, has a different strategy. So my LinkedIn strategy is different from my YouTube strategy. That's different from the newsletter strategy, etc. And I will always cold call because that is my go-to in order to really home in on leads and prospects. I will always cold call. I will always make, at least when I'm well, I have not made cold calls this week, but I will go back to it on Monday once I'm well and I don't sound like a frog over the phone. But I will absolutely utilize cold calling every single day. I do that for two reasons, and you probably have heard me say this. I do it because it keeps me sharp, because it works, and because I virtually train and coach salespeople on cold calling. So if, I'm one of these rare sales coaches that actually does what they profess to teach, right? I actually do it. So that's why I continue to cold call, because it's a moneymaker for me. All right, now let's talk about money making on LinkedIn. This is my daily strategy. And if you see this, it says 7 days a week, exception holidays. And I'll get to that in a minute. So you cannot be on LinkedIn and just hit a like or just reshare a post with a little bit of a comment when you reshare a post. You've got to actually engage with the people that you're connected with. And you have to do it every single day, not one person, not two people, but your goal is to connect and engage with about 10 different people every single day. What I mean by that is, under comment, you're liking it and then you're leaving a comment. Liking and leaving a comment. If you're just, scrolling through and that's it, you're not helping yourself and you're not helping the connections you're following. You see, this is about you. This is about showing your prospects, your leads, and your clients that you are fully engaged. And they can't know you, and they can't know to follow you or connect with you if they never see you on LinkedIn. This is why I prefer LinkedIn over Facebook. Facebook, to me, is so diluted. And in my feed, they just crowd it up with all of this junk posts that I've never followed, I've never liked, I've never subscribed to, but it's in my feed every single day. And I keep, clicking those 3 buttons at the top, not interested, not interested, not interested, and they keep giving me the same junk. That's why I prefer LinkedIn and not Facebook. Also, I have much stronger connections on LinkedIn than I do on Facebook. So when you're on LinkedIn, your daily strategy is to connect, post, comment, and then do DMs. And I'll explain that to you in a minute. Oh, I think it was maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, or maybe longer. I had shared that when I got really serious about LinkedIn back in May, I did a deep dive into all of my connections, and I was shocked what I found. And I really want to encourage you to do the same. 90, and I'm not exaggerating when I say this, 90% of the people I was connected to were people that wanted to sell me on their marketing, on their YouTube SEO, on website SEO. All of these people who would never buy from me, but somehow, I was accepting connections to anybody that wanted to connect with me. Wrong way to do it, my friends. Be discerning who you accept connections from. You don't need 5,000, 6,000 connections to people who are not interested in anything you want to see. Really, I got rid of all but 10 to 15% of those connections. And then I started reaching out and connecting to people that I would want to do business with. Now, let me say this. I did not send a message like a lot of people say when you connect, send a message. I didn't do that. I just sent a connection request. I let the chips fall where they may. If they wanted to connect with me, great. If they didn't, that's fine too, right? So every single day I go in, to this day, I do this. I go in and I look and see 10 people that would be in my niche that I can connect with. And then I send out a connection request. No message, just a connection request. And when they connect with me, no, I don't immediately go to them and and try to pitch them. I would never do that in a million years. Right? Won't do it. Which is why I do a post every day. Because if someone is liking my post and commenting on my post, then I'm like, and they do it repeatedly, then I might be have a tendency to send them a DM thanking them for their comment and thanking them for engaging on my post. I don't push my product at all. I don't push what I do. I just thank people for being on my commenting and for liking my post. Now, let me say this. Whether you have 500 followers or 50,000 followers and connections, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, everyone. I see and I went back to see if I could find that article and I couldn't. And if I can find it, I will post it. But I saw an article where this reporter took 10 of the top influencers on LinkedIn. All right. And I'm taking out Gary Vaynerchuk because everybody knows Gary V. And I took him, the reporter, I should say, took him out of the mix because of who he is. I'm talking about all these other influencers on LinkedIn that aren't like a Gary V in the marketing world. Okay. And you look at their LinkedIn feed and they're getting 500 likes and, over 1,000 comments. Guess what? They may be a LinkedIn influencer, but they're not making any money off of that. None. So don't get starry-eyed at these people because they're not making any money. I would rather have a smaller amount of connections and followers and people that I'm routinely engaged in that I can help that will come on board in my business later. I would much rather have that than have the fawning fans that will never buy. And there are some people that only want free. There are some people, and I found that out when I launched my cold calling masterclass. They wanted all my free information, but when it came down to buying the cold calling masterclass, they were nowhere to be found. I had over 500 people on a waiting list that said that they would purchase. And no surprise, not all 500 purchased. The people that did purchase, oh my gosh, it was such a clear revelation to me of who my real followers were and who were really connected with me. So I so appreciated those that did purchase the cold calling masterclass. That was a real wake up call for me. So don't be fooled by these people that have all these followers. And don't try to cultivate followers. Instead, cultivate good content that has value to your audience. All right. Now, do you know who your audience is? Do you know who your audience is? I'm going to go into that right after this, and because I really want to talk to you about that. So we'll be back right after this. If you like the Savvy Sales Lady Live, you're really going to like the Savvy Sales Lady newsletter. It's delivered in your inbox once a week. Why don't you go ahead and subscribe? The link is in the show notes below so you won't miss this upcoming newsletter. I give you one tip to focus on each week to implement immediately into your sales day. Why not sign up and learn just a little bit more? Yeah, why not sign up and learn a little bit more? It's in the show notes. The link is in the show notes below. I don't spam you. You get an email maybe once a week on Saturdays when the newsletter goes out. I'm not one of these that sends you an email every day trying to promote something. Not doing that. All right, let's get back to your audience. So I had an interesting conversation. This was right before Christmas with a prospect who's coming on board with me in a few weeks, actually. And when I asked the question, it's a solopreneur, who is her audience? She wasn't, I mean, she knew who she wanted to sell to, but she couldn't clearly define who excuse me, who her audience is on LinkedIn, which I found it interesting. Randy Chafee. Randy, thank you for being on, my friend. Thank you so much. Hey, Randy, do you have any tips on LinkedIn? I know you do. So she didn't know who her audience is. And let me brag on Randy a little bit. Let me tell you his strategy. Because I've watched Randy for 4 years. He's put me to shame. I've watched him for 4 years. Randy not only does his own post about his own business, but he also shares posts. He also promotes his business associates' post as well. His manufacturers that he's selling to, his clients, he promotes them as well. Randy's very smart about his marketing strategies. So he does both his own and then he promotes his clients as well. Smart. You know, who wouldn't want a manufacturer's rep like Randy that's advertising you all the time, right? Randy's very smart about what he does. So watch Randy Chafee. If you're not connected to him, you should be. Watch him because he's very smart about his LinkedIn strategy. Randy posts sometimes 2 and 3 times a day. I generally post one time a day. Sometimes I'll post multiple times. Now there's this, this perception out there. I don't know if this is right or wrong. I don't know. Maybe Randy, you can tell me in the comments. But at one time, people were saying that were in the know of LinkedIn that if you posted 3 times or more a day, LinkedIn's algorithm would start suppressing your post. They also used to say that if you put a link in your actual post, so let me share my screen again and I'll show you what I mean. Wait a minute. Randy said something. I like this, Christine. Visibility equals opportunities. Be visible with good content. Absolutely. Yep. Thank you, Randy. Let me share my screen again. Okay. So I was told, I may have to scroll down here a little bit. That if I had linked this video from my YouTube channel, that right here in the body, that it would be suppressed by LinkedIn. Come to find out, that is no longer a thing with LinkedIn. So why would LinkedIn do that? The same reason why YouTube does it, Facebook and Instagram. They don't want you leaving their platform. They want you to stay on their platform and not click a link to go to another platform. That's why all of them kind of have these stop tools in place that they don't like that, which is why I started doing this at the very bottom of my post. If you see that right there, let me full screen it for you. So I started putting what I'm all about in the body of my post. Okay. And here's another thing. So I put in there, hi, I'm Christine, a sales coach working with solopreneurs, small business, and sales reps to grow their business. Testimonials are in the featured section of my profile. DM the word coach to schedule a free coaching session. Why did I put in DM? because most people will DM you over clicking a link. DMs are some of the best places to have conversations. And some people will talk to you in a DM where they won't talk to you in a post. So, that's why I started doing that. And this was 6 days ago. So let me go up to what I'm doing now. Okay. 2025, I'm doing things a little different. Let me click on this one. Now, hi, I'm Christine Harrington, a sales coach working with solopreneurs, small business, and sales reps too. And then I started putting in here my tagline in my LinkedIn banner, so people understand what I'm doing on LinkedIn. I'm here to help you learn to sell, build a business, and ignite audacious growth. That's what I'm here to help you do. Okay. And I'll go back to my profile. And there it is. And then I put start with my cold call masterclass. So everyone, this is what you have to strategically think through what you're doing on LinkedIn, and you got to be consistent. Just like in sales, you got to be consistent. Every single day, you got to be consistent. MD says, Happy New Year. Happy New Year, MD. I know you gave me you sent me a comment on chat and Facebook. I really do not use Facebook at all. Not that much. So I see you're on LinkedIn. So thank you for watching as well. Hold on. So just keep in mind, everyone, that everything that I went through right here, LinkedIn, YouTube, newsletter, referrals, Instagram, cold calling, website, where I gather leads, prospects, and business, you have to be consistent doing it every single day, just like when you're selling. The key to selling is consistency. It isn't so much the right words, it's consistency. Randy Chafee, who is a road warrior just like me. Well, I was a road warrior, Randy. I haven't been on the road for a while. I do most things virtually now. But when I was a road warrior like Randy, you had to be consistently at the trade shows, in front of people, in front of your customers, in front of prospects. Well, you have to do the same on LinkedIn. Because I'm not as mobile as I was, it's more important for me to be visible on LinkedIn. And I know some people are uncomfortable showing, they feel like they're self-promoting all the time. Well, I did too. I felt that way. But if you're not going to promote yourself, nobody else is going to do it for you. People need to see your picture. They need to see it every single day. They need to see you're a real person that handles real problems and can help you with your issues and problems. They've got to see that you're a professional in what you do and how you talk, how you dress, how you conduct yourself. The more they see you in video, in photos, in comments, in posts, the more likely you will start pulling prospects and clients to you. Now, I've been doing this for 10 years. And if you don't start now, 10 years will go by and you still haven't done a thing. It can all be done so easily on an iPhone, using Canva, learning how to use the tools. I did it all by myself, everyone. Everything I do it myself. Number one, because I'm always curious about how to do it. I love technology. I've embraced AI this year as well. Great advice. Thank you. You don't have to call me ma'am. It's Christine. That's fine. Thank you. So I'm one of these people that I do it myself. I've got the time to do it myself during the day when I am coaching, when I'm doing virtual training, when I'm making cold calls. In between those times, I'm figuring out my YouTube SEO. I'm editing videos. I'm learning more about YouTube. I'm learning more about LinkedIn. I'm learning more. And I can't stress enough how important that is. Now, here's one thing I do, though. I have a young man by the name of Ronan Torrance, who I knew in a previous world, who edits some of my videos. If you saw the video about, let me play it for you real quick. If you like the Savvy Sales Lady Live, you're really. Ronan did that video for me. He is now working on another one for me as well. He's an excellent video editor, and I'm so excited for him. He is now in Dallas working for Glenn Beck on Blaze TV. He's doing their promos, and he still has time to help me to do mine. Of course, I pay him for it, but he still told me he would help me do some of my videos. So I do outsource that to Ronan. He's such a great kid. Anyhow, I can't stress enough that the whole 2025 LinkedIn daily strategy is to connect, post, comment, and DM 7 days a week. Now, exceptions are holidays. On the holidays, I only post about the holidays. So a Thanksgiving post, 4th of July post, a Christmas post, a New Year's post. I'm not pitching and selling during the holidays. Just not going to do it. That's just me. But the other, 360 some days of the year, that's what I'll be doing. And being consistent is the key. Being visible, consistent, not just hitting a like button, but comment. Comment something that can help start a conversation. And I know that can be hard. That can be real hard. But, set aside 30 minutes a day just to do that. And it will pay off down the road. Not right away, but down the road. I am looking forward to doing an update in May 2025, how my LinkedIn journey has changed from when I upped my game May of 2024 through May of 2025. And I want to give Wes Wyatt credit for this, because he told me back in 2023 not to stop, and I did. He told me not to, and I did. I want to give Wes Wyatt credit for me starting up again. He is putting out a tremendous podcast. I listened to his January 1st podcast and his January 2nd podcast. And if you have not connected with Wes, I would highly suggest that you do, because he inspires me. He does. Every time he does a podcast, he inspires me. So we're way over 30 minutes. I know I would, told you I'd keep it at 30 minutes, but here we are. And I just want you to remember that if you don't promote yourself, nobody's going to promote yourself. Nobody's going to promote you. You've got to do it yourself. So everyone stay savvy, and I will see you next Tuesday. And don't forget to follow me for the 30-day challenge. Every day in the month of January, I'll be posting a video with a small challenge to inspire you. All righty. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.